met Jordan at Cairo a few years ago through some of her friends. We started hanging out after that with some other students her age on Wednesday nights up here at the Hub in a small group, and met for about 4 years. Her senior year, we got even closer, started talking about college, and then we'd hang out outside of church and visit a little bit, especially the summer before she went to college. And just talked a lot more about what it meant to be a Christian, a follower, and what it looked like to follow God's will.
My first year at Cairo, Linda was my family group leader, and I was kind of uncomfortable because I didn't really go to youth or anything, but she was awesome about coming out of her way and making me feel comfortable and being intentional, trying to get to know me. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And she invited me to come to her Bible study that she's been doing for years now. And so we would start meeting up for just meals in between that, but then it was just very casual. It wasn't forced at all. It was just very easy to talk to her. And then after a while, we became more intentional about setting aside time to really talk about what's going on, but at the same time, just kind of go and run errands together and stuff like that.
Hanging out with Jordan is a little different than some of the other friendships, whether they're my friends or other students I hang out with, because it's more intimate. We spend more time together talking about details of life, I guess, like how you are a wife and how you are a mother and what it means to really follow Christ on a daily basis. And with my other relationships, it's more broad. And so with discipling somebody is more, I guess, more of a detailed thing. It's also more reciprocal. We both share in desiring that relationship. Instead of me pursuing her all the time, she's also pursuing me. And it's something that we mutually desire to be together.
Linda is someone that I've never had in my life, in that she is very real with me, and she's very good at keeping me accountable and saying, did you go to Dylan's apartment this weekend? Like, how was that? How are you and your friends? Like, how was life at home? And at first that's like, whoa, but we've gotten to this place where she is so good at showing me Christ's love, and that it is pursuing, but at the same time, like, it makes me more comfortable with her, and it just makes me respect her all the more.
God has taught me a lot through hanging out with Jordan, discipling her, which I didn't know I was doing that actually until we think back about it. Mainly that it's calling me to a higher place. I have to be in the Word daily. I have to challenge myself to learn. If I'm going to teach someone else, I need to be accountable for what I'm teaching, and I need to live that life to the best that I can. Whether it's being a wife or mom or just someone else to hang out with. But for sure, to be a woman of the Lord, I have got to make myself in a position where God will be proud of me to do that.
Through Linda, God has showed me his relentless love, just the way she has loved me and the way I've seen her love others that she disciples. And I've also learned just what it looks like to be a mother and now a grandmother. I live with her right now, and it's a really cool experience. That's even just a further step of life on life. I cook dinner with her. She shows me how to make gravy, and how she greets Ed when he comes home, and why that's so important, and just little things like that. And it's just so cool to see Christ embodied in her, not even at church, but also at home. And I think that's so important in becoming a woman of God.
The greatest benefit I have in discipling Jordan really has just been the joy that comes from that. Having someone, I'm watching her grow in the Lord. I'm watching her make not just improvements, but just her relationship with God is amazing. Watching other young people younger than her now step up that she's discipling as well. Her desire to be a wife and a mother and what that's going to look like also bring me joy to see her desire and her change towards that direction. So I guess my greatest benefit is just the joy in doing it, and the relationship of having some young people in my position, have somebody in my house with Jordan there when it grows kind of empty when your children go away to school. So I've thoroughly enjoyed having her in our home.
Living life with Linda has showed me the importance of this process, and that it's Jesus' plan for spreading the kingdom. And it just makes me want to be part of this process and show other girls Christ's love, and show them how God has worked in my life for my good, but for his glory. It really just makes me want to live out the Great Commission.